What if I told you that an AI can now create a startup in less time than it takes you to binge a single Netflix episode? Not just a landing page or a mock-up, but a fully working product. Front-end, back-end, authentication, deployment, the whole deal. Sounds impossible, right? But here's the kicker. People are already doing it. In just a couple of hours, builders have spun up a full WhatsApp-style clone where AI personalities text you like actual friends, a retro photo app that spits out randomized vintage filters, and even a fashion assistant that deconstructs celebrity outfits and finds you affordable knockoffs with one click. And no, these aren't proof-of-concept demos, they're real apps already deployed, already working, straight from a single text prompt. The platform making this happen, it quietly launched a few weeks ago. It's called Emergent. And the way it works might change how we think about coding forever. But here's the twist. Emergent isn't just another no-code toy with templates you drag and drop. It's something scarier, something smarter. It builds software from scratch, custom to your idea, end to end. The experience is so smooth it almost feels like cheating. Today we're going to break it all down, what Emergent actually does, why it's so different from every other AI builder, and how it's already shaking up the landscape of software creation. But fair warning, the deeper we go, the harder it'll be not to ask yourself, if AI can do this now, where does that leave the rest of us? Stay with me because the rabbit hole goes deep to why Emergent is different. Core explanation. Now, let's set the stage. Most no-code or AI dev platforms you've seen promise a lot. Quick prototypes, drag and drop UIs, maybe even some semi-functional logic. But 9 times out of 10, what you get is a toy. Something you can demo in a pitch but never ship to production. Emergent changes that equation. Its approach is what they call agentic generation. And here's what that means. Instead of selecting from a fixed set of pre-built blocks or templates, the system creates every piece of your app from scratch in response to your goal and preferences. Think about it. You type in, build me a habit tracking app. Instead of spitting out a cookie-cutter checklist, Emergent starts asking you clarifying questions. Which platforms do you want supported? Do you want reminders pushed through email or notifications? What kind of visualization would motivate your users most? Once it understands your intent, it doesn't just glue components together, it actually constructs the onboarding flow, the back-end logic, the database, the reminder scheduler, the dashboard visuals, everything. All custom, all tailored to your exact request. And it does this in a single code base, usually React-based, with all the authentication, APIs, hooks, and storage logic pre-wired. You don't see disjointed pieces, you see a living product come together in real time. The best part? You can preview everything instantly. If something feels off, you don't crack open code. You just tell the agent what to tweak. Make the reminders more aggressive. Add dark mode, switch the dashboard chart to a donut graph, and it just does it. It's like working with a developer who never sleeps, never complains, and never argues about Jira tickets. Imagine that. And unlike traditional platforms, Emergent doesn't box you into just one category. It treats apps, games, extensions, websites, and dashboards as part of the same ecosystem. You can start with an app idea, spin out a companion Chrome extension, and then link it to a marketing site. All consistent, all built by the same underlying intelligence. That's when it hits you. This isn't a tool. It's the closest thing to an AI co-founder we've seen yet. 3. Pro Mode, the AI that learns your style. If what I just described sounds wild, buckle up, because Pro Mode takes Emergent from impressive to borderline uncanny. Think of it as an advanced builder's playground. In Pro Mode, you don't just tell the AI what to build, you tell it how to think while it's building. You can edit the system prompt to shape the agent's reasoning. Want clean, atomic front-end design? Tell it. Want microservices with loosely coupled APIs? Set that as the architectural preference. Have a company-wide naming convention or data modeling style? Lock it in. The result, an AI that doesn't just generate apps, but generates them the way your team would. It adapts to your workflow, mirrors your logic, even respects your quirks. And here's where it gets crazier. Emergent agents have persistent memory. That means if you customize one for, say, your fintech startup, it remembers your stack choices, UI preferences, and data patterns across sessions. You don't reteach it every time you log in. It grows alongside you. Picture this: a junior dev who gets smarter every week, who never forgets what you taught them, and who eventually knows your team's style inside out. That's Pro Mode. To put it bluntly, it doesn't just save time, it creates something dangerously close to a replica of your team's collective brain, but faster, cheaper, and infinitely scalable. And yes, it's a little unsettling, because when a machine starts coding, not just for you, but like you start to wonder, how replaceable are we really? Testing and reliability. Cliffhanger. But wait, how do we trust it? Okay, so Emergent sounds like magic. But if you're skeptical, I get it. You're probably asking, sure, but how do we know the code actually works? That's the Achilles heel of most AI builders. You get something flashy, but under the hood, it's spaghetti. Emergent tackles this head-on with not one, but two testing agents. A1, the stable agent. This one runs deep integration checks, front-end, back-end, user flows, even UI behavior. It's slower and costs more credits, but the output is reliable enough to push straight to production.
Alaudim, the flexible agent. This one takes a modular approach, testing the back-end first, then letting you choose how to validate the front-end. It's faster, cheaper, and better for rapid iteration, especially if your project is back-end heavy.
Here's the kicker. These testing modes aren't bolted-on features. They're integrated into the same agent that built your product, which means debugging doesn't feel like stepping out of flow. It feels like continuing a conversation. You don't open a console and squint at stat traces. You just copy the error message, paste it into the chat, and the AI tells you exactly what broke and how to fix it. And if you do want to get your hands dirty, there's a full code editor modeled after VS Code right inside the platform, so you can dive deep or stay high level, your choice. Think about the implications. The single biggest pain in software debugging has been turned into a casual conversation. That's not just convenient, that's paradigm shifting. Credits, pricing, and transparency. Now, let's talk money, because the way Emergent handles pricing is just as unconventional as its tech. Most platforms hit you with subscription tiers and vague limits. Emergent flips that. You don't pay for access, you pay for execution. Here's how it works. Every time the agent actually does something, writes code, runs a test, deploys or integrates with a tool, it consumes a small number of credits. Asking questions or exploring ideas, free. 0 credits until actual work is performed. The free tier gives you 5 credits a month. The standard plan gives you 100 credits for 24/7. Need more? 50 credits cost $10 and they never expire. There's even a budget cap per task. You can set a ceiling, say 200 credits, and if the job runs long, it auto stops. No horror stories of draining your balance overnight. And here's the genius part, because credits only get burned when the agent is building. You can trim unnecessary conversations, roll back to previous states, and keep all the working code without wasting a dime. Emergent also integrates directly with GitHub. That means you can push commits, branch projects, and manage collaborations seamlessly from within the chat. In short, it's transparent, it's fair, and it's designed for people who actually build, not just hobbyists dabbling with templates. Deployment and going live, here's where things get jaw-dropping. When you're ready, you click one button, preview, and instantly Emergent spins up a live interactive version of your app, hosted by them. You can test flows, click through UI, debug logic, all in real time, no local setup. When you're satisfied, click deploy, wait about 15 minutes, and boom. You've got a permanent production-grade link live on the web, hosted 24/7 until you shut it down. Costs, 50 credits a month per deployed app. But here's the kicker. You can swap apps in and out under that slot at no extra charge. Want to pause deployments to save credits? Done. Want to attach your own domain? Just update your DNS records. This isn't pretend deploy. This is the real deal. Apps going live with enterprise-grade hosting, with rollback support, instant previews, and continuous updates. For founders, this is gold. For indie hackers, it's a dream. For established devs, it's a wake-up call. Use cases and standout builds. So what can you actually build? The better question might be, what can't you build? A startup simulator that brutally roasts your pitch like an unforgiving VC. A recipe generator that builds meals based on your fridge contents and your mood. A password vault, Chrome extensions, even YouTube summarizers. A WhatsApp clone where AI personalities gossip with you in real time. Full-on Instagram replicas, budgeting tools with buttery UI transitions, retro games, AI art generators. And these aren't half-baked concepts, they're deployed, interactive, real. One builder even made a voice-controlled version of Snake in under 2 hours. Another spun up a Pinterest-style image board app. A third launched an AI-powered anime generator. Here's the kicker. All of them use the exact same agent workflow, no special hacks, no hidden APIs, just a plain English prompt refined into a living product. And once you realize that, you start asking scarier questions. If this is possible today, what's coming next year? 8. Big picture of what this means. This is where things get philosophical, because Emergent isn't just another app builder. It's a proof point. For decades, building software required armies of developers, designers, QA testers, DevOps engineers. But what if an AI can handle all of that end to end? We're staring at a future where anyone with an idea can spin up a company in hours. A teenager in their bedroom could outpace a well-funded startup. A single founder could rival a full dev team. And here's the paradox. It's thrilling, but it's terrifying. If AI can be your developer, your designer, and your deployment engineer, what does that mean for the rest of us? Are we looking at the birth of a new golden age of entrepreneurship, or the start of a wave of obsolescence for human coders? I don't claim to have the answer. But one thing's clear, Emergent isn't just a tool, it's a glimpse into a world where software development is no longer a bottleneck. The only bottleneck left is human imagination. Outro. So what do you think? Is this the dawn of a world where AI launches startups faster than humans can dream them up, or are we getting ahead of ourselves? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. I read all of them. If this blew your mind even half as much as it blew mine, hit that like button, subscribe, and stick around, because the pace of AI isn't slowing down, and trust me, you'll want to see what's coming next. Until then, stay curious.